Oh boy, good day to be alive.
It's like old boy Pete's making some serious progress. No, is he gonna try to tear that tree down? Pete, that's not a chainsaw. You about got me. He laughs.
Came out here in the field. We need to pick up the JVC. It looks like we're gonna be saying goodbye to this Thundercreek. We're gonna miss you, trailer. We've had 2 really good years with you. It's time to say goodbye. See you later, Thundercreek. Life isn't gonna be the same.
Hey, are you not telling me something?
No, I'm not. But that looks pretty dang fancy. I was just telling this camera on film, I'm gonna miss it so much, but not now.
Miss what?
I mean, I'm gonna miss it now.
Dad, we talked about this. If you're gonna buy something new, you have to discuss it with all of us.
Hey, Cole, we're getting something different here.
Look at that, guys. New Thundercreek Fuel trailer, baby.
I like it.
Look at that top strip, how it's multicolored.
Holy cow.
Changes with the sun.
Oh, wow.
Hey, why are you guys still here?
I want to hang out with you the rest of the day.
Hang out for a little while.
Oh, so like your keys being locked inside the truck would have nothing to do with it?
Let's talk to Aaron on that deal.
I want to hang out with you the rest of the day, man.
Yeah, Luke's a smart one. Don't worry, guys, I'm professional.
What did you guys look
Hey, we did it!
Good man. Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Don't worry, I'll send you a bill.
Appreciate it.
All right, Dad, you better be taking notes because you're giving specs on this thing in a minute.
I got it.
Okay, guys, today we got Aaron, Jeremy, and Luke. You guys are from Thundercreek. You're from Nessa. We got Daddy Cornstar over here giving the product. Well, tell us about it.
It's a 6.5 Power Pro motor here that runs your pump. It's got a 30.
Cut.
What?
You got to start over. You're stuttering over your words too much. You're
It
not
don't
looking
matter.
at the camera.
That's the way I work. It's a 35-foot hose here that with a power shut off. So if you got your combine tractor and the filling of it shuts off, boom.
How many gallons per minute?
45 gallons per minute. 40. I'm gonna run it a little faster than they do. And then we got a 35-foot hose here for the DEF. The DEF holds 100 gallons. So
What does DEF stand for?
you put it in your combine or tractor, whatever it needs it. I have no clue. And it don't matter. You just need it. Fire extinguisher, so when Cooper takes this to the neighbor's lake and they're cutting up an auger, trying to make a swing, and they won't have to call the fire department like the last one they burned up.
That actually happened.
It did. $40,000 worth of damage. And then it's got solar on top that keeps your battery charged. This one holds 990 gallons of diesel fuel. It pulls like a dream because we had the other one for 2 years. Oh, your name's on it. Thundercreek.
Got the upgraded wheels.
Got little storage if you need to put toolbox or something in here. Got little lights under here for nighttime use. Am I missing anything? Oh.
Holy cow, you're gonna start getting soft. This is the Thundercreek trailer we had before, and this is the new one, obviously. This one's more of a base model. It got our feet wet into the fuel trailer game, and this one's a step up. Down the road, we'll be able to put a utility box in the back. We can have an air compressor on there, a generator if we want to. We could have a light bar up on top, spare tire rack. Am I forgetting anything?
That's about it. I'm just still drooling here. Give me a little time.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your new home, fuel trailer. I feel like we need a name for it. You're trying to get away without giving me my money.
I only play in Pit Vipers.
Oh, these will work. Oh, you got some up there too.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Throw on those.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be enough, right?
Yeah, okay, we'll see you.
Thanks, sir.
Bye, guys.
Hey.
What is this, a state job? Dave, why are y'all sweaty?
We've been working.
There she goes, guys. Say goodbye. Bye, fuel trailer.
I've always wondered where all our tools are going.
Where's that? Find them? Right here. Oh, right here, yeah.
All right, we need to turn them into the insurance company, get new tools. They can have ours and we'll get new ones. Let's go ahead and check in the bin and see how the bin crew's making out. They are putting the false floor in today. Better watch where I'm walking. The trench is sinking. You remember that one game where the moose sticks their head out and you try to smack it? That's what he's trying to do. This is where Alliant Energy dug their little trench. Looking good, it's not settling yet. There is a chance of rain tonight, so we are hoping it comes. We don't want that to run in through the baler or the mower. You guys know Pete that's been running around loading up the junk. You see how gentle he is on the equipment, and I mean gentle. But anyhow, he ripped one of the forks right off of here, so the boys are trying to re-weld one back on.
I have some kind of bad news. We had a meeting this morning with our agronomists, Jamie and Nate, and we went over our fall fertilizer prices so that way we can get everything locked in. P&K, which is our dry fertilizer, potassium, and phosphorus, has gone up $30,000. The real kicker is with our liquid nitrogen, our 32%. Last year, it was $225 a ton. This year, right now, is $410 a ton. Now that doesn't sound so bad if you're buying 1 or 2 tons, but we spent almost $69,000 on 32% nitrogen last year. So we're basically doubling that. And the worst part is that's not even including chemicals, because like last year for Roundup, we were buying for $18 to $21 a gallon, but right now, it sounds like it's going for about $45. So cost of production this year could be pretty scary. The cost of production for soybeans is usually anywhere from $450 to $550 an acre, depending on the rent on the farm or how much fertilizer you put on, that kind of thing. And for corn, it's usually from $700 to $800. So on just these fertilizer options alone, we could be looking at $100 an acre cost of production increase. To put that into yield terms, if we had $4 corn at 200 bushels an acre, to make the equivalent break-even price, we'd have to raise 225 bushels at $4 corn. There's really 3 things that are influencing this, and that's supply, inflation, and price gouging. From the sounds of it, companies are having a really hard time getting product in from being shipped overseas. There's just a big logistical nightmare somewhere, and ultimately, it creates a shortage, which drives the price up. And then when it comes to inflation, something like corn, soybeans, gasoline, oil, those are all what's considered a commodity. And so commodities, generally speaking, hedge inflation. So everything underneath those commodities, therefore, gets hedged into it as well, such as fertilizer. Essentially what hedging against inflation means is the price of the commodity is protected from inflation. Generally speaking, if inflation goes up, the price of the hedged commodity also goes up. Or in other words, it's a hedge against inflation. To be honest, I'm not really sure why commodities hedge inflation, but I would assume it's due to the fact that they're generally items that people need in order to survive. So the things that we need to thrive, such as food, we're willing to pay more money for so that we can stay alive. I'm not an economist. I'm just kind of throwing out my best guess, so I could be wrong on that, but I mean, it makes sense to me. Inflation is nothing new. It's been designed into the monetary system for basically forever. It's the same reason why back in 1900 a car was, let's say, $400 instead of $40,000 like it is today. It's not that the fact that the money's that much different or something's that much more expensive. It's the money is not worth as much as it used to be, which is essentially what inflation is, the devaluation of a currency. So in other words, $10 is not always going to be worth $10. Let me explain. Let's say there's 10 people who have $10 that they can spend on whatever they want. And I'm a candy store owner and I sell candy bars. So normally, every week, one of the 10 people come in with their $10 and I sell them a candy bar for $10. But now, let's say each of those 10 people were given an extra $10. So they have $20. Now instead of one of them coming in every week to buy my $10 candy bar, let's say I have 3 of them. I'm having a hard time keeping these on the shelf now. Supply's gone down because demand's gone up. So I'm gonna have to raise the price on these. So instead of $10, they go up to 12, 15, 17, 20. And before we know it, instead of having 3 people come in every week to buy a candy bar, I only have 1 person coming in a week to buy my $20 candy bar. It's not that the candy bar, the commodity, the corn, the soybeans, the wood, gas, metal, it's not that that has changed. It's just the value of the money has gone down. So it takes twice as much money to buy the same thing. So this would be considered a hedge against inflation because I'm still getting the $20 in exchange for the same candy bar. Keep in mind, that is a very basic form of inflation. The actual inflation that we have in the economy around the world is incredibly complex. But essentially that's how it works. So when we take into account the trillions of dollars that have been injected into the economy in the United States alone in this last year, that's essentially giving everyone $10 more, $10 more, $10 more. We're talking thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars per person. So the prices of stuff has gone up because everyone's buying everything because now they have discretionary income. Like I said, these topics can get incredibly complex. So we're just doing this in a nutshell. This is just scratching the surface. Last but not least, we have price gouging. Now, price gouging may not be the correct terminology for this, but it's what I'm going with. And it's essentially when farmers make more money due to having higher commodity prices, then all of a sudden everything that's underneath of a farmer, all the inputs and everything we buy, the prices for some reason just tend to magically go up. There's a lot of factors that go into this, and I could be completely wrong about this whole price gouging thing, but it seems like seed companies are notorious. If a farmer has a good year, the next year, all of a sudden a bag of corn's up $50. Another good example would be rent that we pay to landlords. When the price of corn and soybeans go up, generally speaking, a landlord will come to us and say, hey, we would like higher rent because you're making more money, therefore I should make more money, which is totally understandable. But at the same time, when the prices of the commodities go down, the rent price should also go down. Lucky for us, our landlords have been pretty good about working with us, so we're really fortunate about that. But if someone rents ground from a big investor or someone who lives out of state and has no connection with the ground other than the check that comes to them, they are looking for the highest price, which is totally fair. It's their ground, but they're a little harder to work with. But none of these things are new to farming in the slightest. This has been going on forever, so that's why it's so important that when we're running our business, we're planning and we're keeping track of everything and having a really good strategy, so that way when stuff like this comes up, this is a speed bump that, yes, we might have to slow down a little bit, we might have to tighten the belt a little, but we should be able to get through it. So we're just gonna have to put our head down and keep going, because what are we gonna do? Not plant seed? Not put fertilizer down? We don't have much choice. So that's all I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.